So, once upon a time, we get what is arguably one of the best and still one of the best attack type releases in Beyblade X, and now with its evolution, we get a stamina type. Let's take a look at it closely. In this video, we are taking the brand new Pheonix Rudder evolution of Pheonix Wing, and it's coming in a triple deck set. So let's go ahead and take a look at these bays individually. All right, so taking a look right off the rip, we have the main bay Pheonix Rudder, then we get another version of Wyvern Gale, which originally came on a random booster, and then we also have Sphinx Cowl, which came from a triple, well not a triple booster, but a random layer select booster. So from the back of the box, let's take a look at their parts. We have 970 for Pheonix Rudder, as well as a brand new bit Glide, which I will be going into more detail once I actually open up the bay. We have Wyvern Gale over here, which comes with a recolor of 260. 260 debuted with Cobalt Dragoon, so it is still a brand new part to have. And then we have a recolor of Sharp, which is in black. Right off the rip here, I do like the look of Black Sharp, I just don't like Sharp in itself. And then now over here to the far right, we have Sphinx Cowl, which is a defense type layer from the random booster select in blue. We get a 180 ratchet, so that's pretty nice. And then we have a recolor of Gear Flat, which this one's really good in my opinion. Gear Flat's really nice. Of course, looking down here, this is just a recommended combo right here. You got the Pheonix Rudder's layer, 260 for the ratchet, and then Gear Flat. Honestly, this doesn't even sound like a bad combo. Of course, performance-wise, I think I would replace Pheonix Rudder's layer with something else. I'd go with Pheonix Wing instead, or any other attack type bit, but you know, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just open the box. All right, guys, so here we have the 3 bays for this set. Now, before we get into the prize bay, let me just quickly go over these two because they have some interesting parts, but they're not the most interesting. So let's start over here to the far right. We have the blue Sphinx Cowl. So Sphinx Cowl's layer, it is just it's a defense type layer. As you can see, it has multiple little bumps and grooves here. Not much to say. It's fairly thick. That's just about it. It's not very heavy though. But yeah, to me, it just kind of looks like, what should I say? It reminds me a lot of like Night Shield, but like with just more details on the side. Why are you doing that autofocus thing? Yeah, just like a little bit more of like some kind of details on the side, but that's just about it. Got some details up top here. And then when we look at the bottom, when we go to the ratchet, this is where it gets a little more interesting. We have a recolor of 180. Now, 180 in itself would probably be very prone to bursting when it comes to the bay in itself because of the 80mm height. But you know, with the one-sided thing, it's not a very common ratchet to have. At least at this point, I wouldn't consider it common for most people to have. But it's a good one to add to the collection. But this right here, this is really good. We get a Gear Flat. So we have like I guess, I don't know if I count this as a navy. No, it's more like a royal blue. It's like a royal blue Gear Flat. Always good to have another one of these. I'm never gonna complain about it. Gear Flat is such a nice bit. It's one of the fastest attack type bits in the X system right now. Competing with Assault when it comes to speed. Other than that, I would say only downside with this is that it doesn't hold on to the rails very well, so its acceleration or the smoothness to get to its top speed is not as good. As I've said before, I would say a low flat is better on that end, but still a top tier bit to have as far as meta is concerned. All right, let's just put this together, and I'm gonna put it over to the side. Probably the most exciting set for this month is this one. Over here we have a black and white Wyvern Gale. Wyvern Gale, stamina type layer, super smooth. While I don't think this is very popular of a layer, I actually quite like it because it reminds me of Crash Ragnarok, which I hate Ragnarok from the Burst series, but Crash was one of my favorites, and this bay reminds me of it so much, especially with these two like prominent blades right over here. So that's pretty nice. Right now, here's my favorite part about this is 260. So we get another one. And I love the silver. It's not like it's like a metallic silver, but it's a matted. And that's my favorite part about this, is the matte finish rather than like a glossy kind of thing. It looks so nice in contrast with the black here. If I put this, yeah, there we go. It looks so nice in contrast with the black. Oh, there we go, come on. There we go. And then finally for the bit, we have a black Sharp. Sharp is not one of the best bits out there. Honestly, it's not even that great of a bit. I'm not gonna even lie. Once the stamina goes down, the stability is poor because it's just on a little sharp point over here, kind of like Needle. I don't know if it has that destabilization or like the dislocation issue that Needle has, but overall it's not a great bit, but you know, just throw another one in there for the collection, I guess. So among just these two alone, I think the best value goes to the Sphinx Cowl purely for the gear flat. You can argue Wyvern Gale just because 260 is a much newer ratchet to have. But yeah, other than that, I would personally go with this one just for gear flat if you don't have many of them. 260 is nice, but overall I think, well, I can't even say that one is easily acquirable than the other because they both, you can get both of these from single booster releases, and then this one technically in a starter release being Cobalt Dragoon. Moving over, this is what we're all waiting for right here. It is Pheonix Rudder. So just let's go ahead and just take this apart. We're gonna look at the layer alone because I have things to say about it. So starting off with this one. So Pheonix Rudder over here, take a look at this. It's a red and a pinkish color instead of like a red and yellow, which was what Pheonix Wing was. In fact, let's go get a side-by-side comparison. Let me go pull my Pheonix Wing from my shelf here. So we look at side by side. You see the red and yellow off to the left for Pheonix Wing. And this is like a reddish pink. So right off the bat, distinctly different. What's crazy is the fact that this is a stamina type layer and this is an attack type layer. And if you take a look at it, it's not, I mean, it's round in comparison to Pheonix Wing, but it's like triangular-ish. I don't know if like my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I swear this is like, it has like a triangular shape. Similar to like if, similar to like a El Drago type of triangular shape that I usually see. I'm just admiring it right now because it's the only time I'm gonna be seeing it with fresh paint. I should probably take my thumbnail photos before I do my the battles. Anyways, yeah, when we take a look at it, the Bit Beast is actually different too. So that's cool. You got a side profile there, and you got like a front-facing one here. One thing to note, actually, so take a look at this. The metal and plastic are kind of fused together, so they both actually have some type of they both actually play a role as far as like hit points are concerned with the layer. It's not like Pheonix Wing, you know, it's purely solid metal. And then that too, speaking of the layer, so Pheonix Wing was a heavyweight for Beyblade X. It was like the first, like, well, not the first super heavy one, but it was like the first heavyweight attack or heavyweight Beyblade that you could get that wasn't Cobalt Drake. And Cobalt Drake is super difficult to get anyway, because you can just get this from a starter set, or a starter or a booster. No, a starter set. But yeah, this one is not, which is kind of a bummer, but actually, well, it's not much of a bummer because being a stamina type, I'm imagining this layer's probably got great distribution as far as its weight's concerned. So if it has that in compensation for like an actual high weight, I think that'll be super good in itself as well. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. I don't know. I don't think, I'm not sure if it will be as crazy as like, what is it, Wizard Rod, but I'm hoping it will be decent. So yeah, that would be the layer there. And then moving on, we have, oh, nope, that is 960. Actually, here it is. So we have 970 for the ratchet. So I just pulled it here a moment ago. We had 960 for Pheonix Wing, Pheonix Rudder over here with the 970. So slightly taller, 9 sides. It's basically 3 sides with just a few extra bumps here. It's a pretty solid ratchet overall. I mean, I'm talking about like 960 is pretty solid. I think 970 will be pretty solid as well. I'm more or less wondering how it's gonna be, because if I put this together, I wonder if like this underneath side over here is gonna cause a problem for bursting, but I'm not sure. I don't really think so. We'll see based off of the bit, which is Glide, and we'll get into that soon. Oh wow, this layer really goes super well with this ratchet actually. Just look at that. And just look at it closely because you're only gonna see it now with fresh paint. It's gonna get destroyed here soon. That'll be sad, huh? Anyways. From there we have our bit, which is the next new part of this. So right off the bat here, it's a big one, okay? 16 tooth gears. Yeah, 16 tooth, I believe. Either way, it's a bigger gear, so more speed potentially. And also multiple materials. The inside part here, for people who have stayed with since Burst, this is the POM material. We've seen this in Bearing. We saw this in the Beyblade Yggdrasil from Burst. That's the first one to get this. This POM material has less friction on the stadium, so Pheonix Rudder should theoretically spin longer than most stamina types, which means this should be a top tier part as far as the meta is concerned. In fact, I'm sure it will be. Just imagine this thing on a wizard rod right now. That's gonna be crazy. And purely for stamina and defensive combos, not much counterattack. At least, maybe counterattacking only because of the POM being low friction. So if we take a look at it closely, one, you have like the ball, which is the POM, but you have like this outside rim thing here, which, hold on, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna do this so it's clear, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. When I angle it this way, you can see that this lip curves just a little bit up. Not necessarily, well, kind of above the ball, not above the ball, but I think it's around the same level of where the tip of the ball meets. It moves a little bit up. So I wonder if that is for like stability. That's what I imagine this thing is for. Because the thing with POM is that while it's frictionless, it will spin longer and it could arguably spin faster while centered in the stadium, but it's frictionless, which means, especially for X, that this bay should technically get knocked around a lot more. And that's why I said it actually could be good for counterattacks, because it can hit the rails faster. It can hit the rails because it'll slide more. But that being said, I'm wondering if these extended lips here can, or extended piece of plastic, let's just call it a lip, whatever. This extended piece of plastic can actually act as a stability / a brake for it if it were to almost get like KO'd or something like that. That would be really cool if this does perform well in that regard, but it could also be a stamina deterrent for this bay, or this bit I should say. But other than that, really nice yellow. Is that damaged? I hope not. Oh, no. No, I don't think it's damaged. I think it's just a little blemish. That's fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this. Oh, also, I'd say fairly low resistance here, because it's just a little divot, not a little divot, but just a little, well, a little like a blade, I should say, for the resistance. It's not a thick shaft or anything like that, so it could be burst prone. But we'll see. I'm hoping like this small gap here is pretty good for some defensive play. So arguably this bay should just like stay in the center the whole time. Might get knocked around a bit, but should be able to tank all the hits. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a weight for each of these Beyblades, and we'll see. I'll do just the standard weight for those two over there. I'll do the part by part here, and then we're gonna see what the weight comparison of this bay is in comparison to Pheonix Wing, which is somewhere to my left. So yeah, scene transition, let's get to it. All right, everybody. The weight scale's in front of me. Let's go ahead and, I gotta first turn this on. And let's take a weight of these. It's in grams. It's in grams, right? Yep, it's in grams. Let's go ahead and, whatever the heck that is off of here. Let's go ahead and take the weight. Starting off with the Sphinx cowl, we are looking at a 43 grams, okay. Yep, 43 grams, okay. Wyvern Gale is 39 grams, okay, so close to 40, can actually hit 40, let's see. Okay, 39, 40 grams, oh no, I'm going back 30, all right, we're gonna go with 39 grams, so with that, let's go ahead and just get a reminder here of Pheonix Wing. We're looking at 46 grams. and this being one of the heavy ones. And now, so let's first do a part by part. We have 34 grams for the layer on Pheonix Rudder. Let's actually look at what is Pheonix Wings layer alone at. 38. All right, so 38 grams, high 30s there. And then 36, right? 35, 36 grams for the Pheonix Rudder. So yeah, as you can see, the layer itself, it's not that heavy. But we have 6 grams over here for the ratchet. And then we have glide. Let's see, is this gonna be more than 2 grams? 4? There's no way, hold on. Okay, 3 grams. Is it because it's rolling? I'm trying to get it without it rolling around. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm getting 3 grams for glide itself, which is slightly heavier. Well, it's 1 gram heavier than like every other driver, every other bit, which has always been 2 grams for me. And then on top of that, I think Metal Sharp was the only one that was also like heavier. I think that was probably 3 or 4 grams because it had the metal in it. Wrong one. Let's go ahead and get a total weight of the bay here. So we had 38 grams. No, was it? I think it was 46 grams for Pheonix Wings total weight, right? 46 to 47 grams. So let's see, what is Pheonix Rudder's total weight looking at? 44 grams. Okay, so 4 grams difference, or no, yeah, 44 grams. So 4 to 5 grams of a difference here from Pheonix Wing being up there in the 47, 48 range. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, definitely it is a significant weight difference between the two Beyblades, but that shouldn't matter too much, assuming the distribution of the weight on this layer is better than this for the stamina part. So let's, speaking of which, let's go ahead and get into the test battles. I'll be battling these 3 right here, and we're gonna go ahead and just switch over. All right, so going ahead and getting on with these battles here. We're gonna start off by test launching each of the bays in this set. So of course, as I said, we're gonna be fighting among with these 3 right here. So let's go ahead and get a test launch. I'm gonna start off with Pheonix Rudder. Of course, I got the matching red launcher to go with it. And 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so yeah, with ripcord launcher, as you can see, it is somewhat aggressive here. But if we just take a look at it, how it gets to the center, it is so stable right there. It is perfectly in the center, no movement now, just sitting there. So I know there's no other bay in the stadium, but right now I'm gonna go ahead and say like the weight distribution is on point with this Beyblade. There's no back and forth kind of like unbalance going on whatsoever. So yeah, we're gonna see what that looks like once we actually get this thing up against an opponent. We'll see how it reacts. So next we have the Wyvern Gale over here with 260 sharp. Yeah, so see, take a look here. On that sharp bit, the weight distribution, it's not good at all. So it's doing this this sort of like sporadic movement that you see here going on in the center, which Pheonix Rudder wasn't doing initially at all. Speaking of which, also, once Pheonix Rudder does get knocked around a bit, I want to see how glide reacts to the actual extreme line right over here, because it's got that big 16-tooth gear. So I want to see what kind of speed we can get out of it. I don't expect it to be too much speed, but I want to see like how good it is at extreme dashes and all that. We're going to see that soon. So here we have Sphinx Cowl, this is the attack type. Yep, typical movement here for gear flat. As you can see, ridiculous speeds, but also, I mean, once it meets that extreme rail and it actually gets going, it's really good, but it's also very prone to just jumping off over here. So yeah, that is our test launches. Now let us go ahead and get into these battles. So starting off, I'm going to be using Sphinx Cowl as the opponent to Pheonix Wing, or Pheonix Rudder. Pheonix Rudder getting launched first. Was that an instant burst? That was an instant burst, okay. Say that. Okay, better. Another burst finish, man. Another burst finish. It's that 180, honestly. I'm almost certain it's just the fact that it's the 180. You have one side, which is super prominent to getting pushed in, and that too being a taller ratchet. It's just a recipe for disaster. Oh, okay. We got an extreme finish here for our Sphinx Cowl. Okay, got a more gentle launch in that time. I'm gonna do the same thing here for Sphinx Cowl. Oh, nice use of the extreme line. Great hits over there for Sphinx Cowl, but as you can see, not much destabilization on Pheonix Rudder here. Of course, I mean, it is a little bit tipping over, that's to be expected, but there wasn't anything excessive to where it like completely lost balance and it was hitting its it was hitting the metal wheel against the stadium or anything like that. Now I can't really tell visually, but I'm wondering if part of the thing is the fact that like the lip thing that it has going on with the glide bit. Hold on, you can see it somewhere here. Yeah, the little lip thing going on with the glide bit is helping it keep still and just remain upright in the stadium at all times. Who knows? I'm gonna assume that's the case. Great hit here. Oh, that time, okay, it tipped over a little bit there. Okay, this time, yeah, it's super destable, but it got its stability back immediately. So while Pheonix Rudder is, I keep saying Pheonix Wing on accident, but while Pheonix Rudder here, it is getting pushed. It's getting knocked around quite a bit because of that POM, I'm pretty sure. While it is getting pushed around here, it's able to tank the hits pretty well. Now, I think that once you just swap that layer, if you swap that to a wizard rod or something a bit more beefier, this BEY with that bit, it's gonna be a tough one to beat. It's probably gonna be like a monster as far as the meta is concerned. I'm talking specifically the glide bit though. I think Pheonix Rudder itself might be pretty good. Okay, I forgot to mention that I was switching, by the way. We're switching to Wyvern Gale here. Oh, that was a burst finish? Oh, I thought Pheonix Rudder just got a knockout, but no, Wyvern Gale bursted it before it before it touched the outside or touched the carpet outside the stadium. So that was Wyvern Gale's win there. BEY's order, okay. There's Gale. The Pheonix Wing coming with an initial attack there. Using the extreme line twice in a row. Yeah, look at that, man. Okay, it got knocked out by Wyvern Gale. But yeah, look at that. That one hit, Pheonix Rudder is the one that got sent out. It got sent out, but it wasn't like, it wasn't tipping over or anything, but it got sent out. And I think that's where, with Wyvern Gale, as I've said, reminds me of, oh, okay, I did a really bad launch there. That's where I kind of said that Wyvern Gale reminds me of Crash Ragnarok, because Crash Ragnarok, or at least my Crash Ragnarok, I should say. I don't know if Crash Ragnarok in itself is like this, but it has like, at least mine has a tendency to have like some random smash attack hits in there, and that's kind of what Wyvern Gale did, and it knocked Pheonix Rudder out into the pocket. There we go. Great hits. Pheonix Rudder really laying into Wyvern Gale here. Yeah, look at how unstable Wyvern Gale's gotten. Now that being said, that is just the unfortunate reality for Sharp. So can't really put too much of that on Pheonix Wing being good. I mean, of course, I'm sure it's doing work. And my paint chip is already coming in. Of course, Pheonix Rudder is doing some work there, but yeah, that is also an unfortunate reality of just what sharp is like. There we go. I might be a little bit too aggressive there. Still use the extreme line quite effectively. Great hit by Rudder. And now with a burst finish, incredible. Let's go ahead and now move to, let's do Pheonix Rudder versus Sphinx Cowl itself. Let's go ahead and launch, or not Pheonix Rudder versus Sphinx Cowl, we just did that. Wyvern Gale versus Sphinx Cowl is what I meant to say. Ooh, great hits here, back and forth. This is gonna go to Wyvern Gale, I'm pretty sure, purely for stamina. Oh, that last hit, it was neck and neck. Wow, that's an upset victory right there. It really looked like Wyvern Gale was gonna take that, but that was that second, not second, maybe fourth or fifth to last hit was a really good hit that was delivered by, or that was given by Sphinx Cowl. So Sphinx Cowl really turned that one around. Oh, that was so good. Oh, great counter by Wyvern Gale. And another good counter by Sphinx Cowl. Oh my gosh. Every time I think that Wyvern Gale has this, Sphinx Cowl comes in with a comeback. Or, yeah, you get what I mean to say. Comes in with a comeback, whatever. Oh, what was that? There we go. Get another one. Oh, okay, that one went to Wyvern Gale. All right, with that, let us quickly just move over to the Extreme Stadium, and we're gonna do just a few battles in there. So I'm gonna try and make this like 2 battles per bay here for this stadium. We're gonna start with, of course, Phoenix Wing versus Wyvern Gale for this one. So, surface level wise, it looks like Wyvern Gale has the better stamina right now, but let's see if Phoenix Wing stability can outperform it. It doesn't look like it is. I think this will go to Wyvern Gale, and it does. All right, Pheonix Rudder. I might have launched it a little too hard here. Ooh, great counter by Wyvern Gale here. Neither bay really yeah, Wyvern Gale kind of used the extreme line. This was a good one for Pheonix Rudder. It was doing some pretty good hits there, and great counters as well. Yeah, that one goes to Pheonix Rudder over here. So this is the case where I think that the glide, or at least in that first battle, the glide bit was kind of acting against the best interest of Pheonix Rudder, because while it is kind of putting the brakes on it, it's also kind of doing bad for its stamina. You can kind of hear it. Oh, that was all right. That was something else. That was a sniper shot burst finish. You can kind of hear like the rattle whenever it touches, I think. Whenever the little lips kind of touch the stadium floor, you'll sort of hear it there. That's where it's just doing its thing. It doesn't really help with building up speed, which I find interesting. Let me see. Let me try this again. I'm gonna launch it one more time. Okay, I don't hear it there. Let's go ahead and just get a bit of a late start for him, but let's see. Oh, this is like a true stalemate. Oh, there we go. Come back. Oh, that was a really good hit by Wyvern Gale. I was gonna just chill up there. Okay, so you can kind of hear it here. When it's doing that, you can hear when the those little lip things hit the stadium floor. Now this is purely off of stability, so I think Pheonix Rudder should take this. Yeah, this is Pheonix Rudder for sure, unless there's like a burst here, which there shouldn't be. Yep, that was Pheonix Rudder. Okay, let's go ahead and move it now to Sphinx Cowl versus Pheonix Rudder. Now I think Pheonix Rudder should have the advantage here, unless Sphinx Cowl can just get some insane speed in the attacks early on. It doesn't look like it. It was dishing out attacks, but it's not enough, and it was missing a few shots. But yeah, I think if it misses the shots all the time and doesn't pick up enough speed on top of that, this should be a Pheonix Rudder. This should be Pheonix Rudder's win for the majority of these battles, I should say, or maybe even all of them. Ooh, slammed it right into the extreme ring. All right, and that one goes to Pheonix Rudder. Yeah, so Pheonix Rudder has like such a huge advantage in this stadium against Sphinx Cowl. Now that could also be given the layer in Sphinx Cowl. I mean, you have a defense layer on an attack bay, so what do you expect? That could have been a good hit. Pheonix Rudder came in for a counter. Pheonix Rudder picking up some speed there. Look at how it just like, even after it gets tipped over, gets that speed, it just instantly restabilizes and is just spinning perfect center right there. It's so great. This is actually such a good bay, or I should say the bit itself is really good. All right, guys, well, that is the test battles for Pheonix Rudder in this triple set right here. Let's just enjoy looking at it in the center. All right, guys, well, that was the video for the unboxing of Pheonix Rudder. I have the bay in my other hand here. One thing I forgot to mention, if you take a look at the layer, either left and right, this bay, it looks like rose petals when you look at the layer. I mean, it's got the color scheme for it too. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this triple booster set right here. I think it's actually really good. I mean, performance-wise, okay, performance-wise, you get gear flat, you have 260. Those are pretty good parts right there. Well, gear flat's really good. 260 is cool. I don't know if maybe there's some burst risk. That I don't think there's like too much burst risk, but I'm not entirely sure. But as far as like performance is concerned, Wyvern Gale and Sphinx Cowl aren't that great. But the reason that there's like value to them is because both of these layers, you can see them better here. Both of these layers are mostly just acquired in random, or they only can be acquired in random boosters itself. So there's value to that right there because they're random booster, they're more difficult to get, which means this is a more guaranteed way to get it. And Pheonix Rudder in itself is a really good bay. The glide bit more specifically is like super good in my opinion. POM material, so this is definitely going to be top tier. The layer itself I think is pretty good. The weight distribution is pretty damn good from what I've seen from the battles I've been doing right now. Of course, I've only done a few, so it'll take a couple to really get a strong judgment on that thing. But the weight distribution seems to be like great. Of course, I think Wizard Rod is still going to be better as far as meta is concerned, but other than that, it's a good combo, honestly. It's a great stock combo here, and well, you get some good parts with these two bays. I won't say these two layers are actually anything particularly good outside of collection value. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I think it's pretty great. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is going to be the unboxing of the brand new Leon crest that released, the new defense type, super thick, big meat patty burger thing. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.